Hi there and Happy New Year. It's Sue at Miller's Laboratory and thank you for joining me. I apologize for my brief absence. I was very busy during the holidays and I really didn't have a lot of time to do any crafting and certainly no time to do videos. So thank you for coming back. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I have been getting some new subscribers lately and I'm wonderfully happy about that. So welcome to those of you that are new. Today I'm going to be flipping through a little journal that I'm going to be putting in my Etsy shop. And it's a sweet little journal, and for lack of a better name, I'm going to call it the Pretty Dresses journal. The reason for that is I found a digital that inspired me, and I'm just going to show you a few of the pages here. I absolutely love these. I think the Etsy shop owner's name is Mary. It's Mary Valentine, but it has her middle initial in there too, and I think it might be K, but I'm not sure. So I will link her shop below. But I was just inspired by these beautiful images, and so kind of made a dress, sort of a millinery, clothing sort of, sewing sort of style journal here. So it's made from a really old math book from the late 1800s, Ray's Arithmetic, third book, and it's pretty worn, but I don't mind. I like that, as you know. I've just tied this book closed with some sari silk ribbon with the little gold sparklies on there. And let's look at the size of this book. It's about 4 1/4 inches wide, 6 3/4 inches high. At the spine, it's about 1 1/4 inches or a little more. You can see that it's a little bit stuffed here, so it's more like 1 3/4 here at the open end. You can squish it down if you want to use something to tie it closed that will squish it a little more. You certainly can. I'm going to take the ribbon off so we can look a little bit closer at the spine. I just glued on some embroidered fabric that I got from a vintage, probably a tablecloth. Love that. And then I've stitched 3 signatures in with some wax thread. So I can't remember exactly how many pages were in here, so I'll put that below as well. And of course it would be in the Etsy listing too. All right. So on the inside I have just kept the original end paper. There was someone's name written in there at one time, but it got erased. You can see there was other writing in there that was erased as well. I just put a very simple label there to write your name. And then we'll just kind of page through here. So this is one of the original book pages here. And on this side I've just created a little pocket with a little tag. Very simple, with some collage on this side and some papers that are plain enough on the back that you can write there. Pretty digitals here and here. This is a page from a wildflower book. On the other side I just covered it with some wrapping paper, so there is a place to write here and here. And then I created a little side tuck here with a label at the bottom that just holds everything in nicely. You could put more things in there, but this is just a little tag I made from a Rolodex card with a little bit of fabric on there for a tab. This is another sort of a math book with a little bit of vintage lace glued on the edge. Some old stationery with a rose. It's real faint. And this is a page from some kind of a sewing book. On this side I've made another side tuck and just put this little journaling spot in. This side tuck is made from vellum, and I ran it through my embossing machine. So you're going to see some embossing in this book, And you're probably thinking, oh, she got that for Christmas. But no, I've had it for about a year. It's just been sitting to the side. I was very intimidated by it, and so I was a little bit nervous to use it. But over the holidays, I got it out with my daughter, and we played with it, and we had a lot of fun. So you'll be seeing a little bit more from that. Just punch the edge of that page with a pretty punch. This is a page from a really old music book here, and this just opens up like this. Created a little pocket here and just crisscrossed some avocado dyed paper there. And then you can slip this little tag in and out. Another one of those pretty dresses there. I put a couple of those in each signature. This is just some handmade paper that I put in and did a little bit of collage at the bottom. And then here in the center of the first signature, I stitched an envelope. Just put a label on there. You could put more embellishment on here, or you can use it to write on. And inside, I just created a little journaling spot as well. It opens up and can write on the other side too. I hope everybody had good holidays. I know it's way past. We always get a late start to our holidays, and so my Christmas tree is still up. It probably will be for at least another week. We don't put it up until right before Christmas, so we like to enjoy it afterwards for a little while. Another book page that I'm using here, and I'm going to open this up, and I made one of these little dresses into a little pop-up. It doesn't pop up real far, but I added a little piece of spotted tulle there as a bow. And if this was my book, I would write around this, or I would do some doodling around it, put some little flowers, or maybe with a white gel pen or with a gold gel pen. I think that would be really pretty, but you guys can do what you want with that. Here's another project from my new toy, some die cut flowers. Now here, when I put this page in, I kept a little bit of a stub or a little bit of a tab here so that you can glue in another page, a picture or an envelope. You could put a little glassine bag in there, or anything at all that you would want to add in. Another little bit of sari silk here on the edge of that page. And these pages will be looking familiar because it's the other side of the signature. On this wildflower, on this half of the wildflower, I just glued a couple pieces of paper inside so that you could journal there. And on this side, I've created a tiny little pocket at the bottom with some vintage fabric from a hanky or something, and added this little tag. Flip out there. And another pretty little sort of a corner tuck pocket here with some more vintage embroidered work. This is a larger Rolodex card that I used to make this tag, and added this little photo of the mom and the little girl sewing. One of my favorite images. There's dresses again. So that's the end of the first signature and the beginning of the second. I made a little belly band with some vintage lace, and I just tucked this sort of monotone tag in there. It has a die cut glued on, and then it's just got some different papers and trims over the top and stitched. And here's another belly band, a vertical one this time. And in here I tucked a journaling card. Lots of collage on the front and the back, but the back is light enough that you could write there. And the belly band comes up and over the top, makes a little tab here, and then it makes a little tuck spot there. So there's just another little journaling spot here. I don't remember how that was in there. Here's a dictionary page that I folded up, and it's got another journal card in it. And a piece of vellum here. And this is a really beautiful flower image that I printed and put in as a page. Sewing book again, and there's another little stub again for you. And then a really distressed, coffee dyed and aged vellum envelope here put in as a pocket. Another little journal spot here. The pretty ladies with their dresses. And pretty little vintage gingham there for a tab. This is from one of my very, very old books. It's really beautiful paper in French. I'm pretty excited because next weekend I'm going to visit my son. He lives down in the Detroit area. And we are going to go to my favorite place, which is the John King used bookstore, which is like the Mecca. It's like 5 floors of books, and this is where I find my books that are like this, these beautiful books that I use. If I think of it when I'm there, I'll take some pictures and share them with you. I mean, it's worth taking a trip there, honestly. It's the most amazing bookstore ever. All right, so a little flip up there. This is an old receipt page from a pharmacy, some kind of bookkeeping from a pharmacy. Other half of that little glassine envelope. These are just some button cards I printed, and I was going to stitch a couple buttons on there, but this book was so fat I just didn't. I didn't want to add that thickness, so I did not. You certainly can do that if you want to. There's just a pretty little corner from a handkerchief that I added on there too to make that pretty. I try to leave some stuff for you guys to do because I know that's fun. Just open up a little tag here. I mean, I like to put the pretty stuff in, but I have to restrain myself a little bit. Just an up tuck with a little tag there. Little piece of vintage fabric in the hole. And here I've just folded this paper over the page and just made an extra little couple of little pages there to write. This side it's a pocket. And just a very simple journal card there. That one would be pretty with a photo on it if you wanted to add your own photo. A pull-out page here, lots of writing space. The little tab, little cluster. And that's the end of the second signature. We'll get to the third one here. Got a pretty green dress. Here we go with another pop-up. Another little of these pretty dresses opening up. Okay. Nice writing paper here. This one I made a little pocket, but it's actually open down here, so the tag actually peeks out just a little bit down there. And it's actually a little booklet. It's got a couple pages in there for you to write in. On this side there's a pocket as well. It's another one of those monotone, really pretty white ones, shades of white. Just a pretty scene there to look at. And this is some pink onion skin paper. You can write on this. I experimented with some different pens, like a ballpoint pen, a pencil, and you can write on it. It's really interesting paper. A little embellishment on that page. This one, it opens up. More writing space here. Another old book page here that I love. Those are getting used up. This is from a flower book. This one flips out, and there's a little tag inside here. And here I just made a little corner tuck with one of these pretty labels. And I just tucked some calling cards in there. Those are printed out, they're not authentic. This is another envelope in the middle of this signature, and up here I just glued a little bit of trim with this, more of this dotted tulle on it. I think that's so pretty, and you could write underneath that and then that would lay over it, and I think that would be pretty. Another journaling card here. I think I have one of those kind of similar in each signature. Those are from a little book that I found at some kind of a sale. Just added a little bit of lace to the edge of that little page. This one is a great big flip. I'm gonna just move this over a little bit here. Opens up quite a bit, so there's a lot of space to write there. And here is a little die cut that I glued on, and then the lace up here makes an up tuck. And there also is another one of those little stubs here for you to add your own page in there. I'll tag here, journal card. And here I used a little image of a doily to make another little belly band, and this is just a printout from something I probably got from the New York Public Library. I just thought it was pretty. You can write on the back or use it for something. You can tuck something else in there if you prefer. And another little pretty dress. That onion skin again. Another little flip out here. And this one actually is attached to the page here, so it's not really a separate page. It's just, I just attached it here so that it will flip back and forth. And here I've created another sort of a belly band, but I just took some ribbon and glued it back and forth, kind of zigzagging, to make a nice little tuck spot. And this is just a little open up journaling spot. A little receipt on there. Okay, just a little embellishment up there at the top of that page. There's our math book again. Ooh. Here's some more embossed cardstock that I did to make a pocket, and I thought this was a pretty tag that I made here. Okay. And our last page is another little dress. And then you can see some of the writing, original writing in the back of the book here, and I've added my label and signature. So that's the book. I hope you like it. You can find it in my Etsy shop. I'm going to post it right now, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for coming back. Thanks for not forgetting about me when I wasn't around. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.